Hi, very good evening to all. My name is Bhavana. Our subject is foreign trade. In the previous lecture, we discussed what is the current Indian foreign trade policy 1520. Now we are discussing what are the important objectives and issues of the current foreign trade policy. Up to now we discussed what is the in which way we have to improve our exports and what are the benefits provided by the new foreign trade policy to us, and now we are discussing important objectives and issues of the current foreign trade policy. The policy aims to increase our merchandise, means transportation of goods and services, from USD 465.9 billions in 2013 to 14. Our exports is that approximately up to 900 billion by 2019 and 20. This is our target. In the past we have 465.9 billion, but present our target is 900 billions in 2019 and 20. It is also one of the important objective of the current foreign trade policy. Next, to raise India's share of exports from 2% to 3.5%. So we have to improve 1.5% of exports. To raise India's share of exports from 2% to 3.5%. It is also one of the objective. Next, additional incentive would be provided towards export of defense goods. While we are exporting our defense goods, so the other countries have to give some incentives, like in which goods, defense goods, agriculture goods, and eco-friendly commodities and high-tech items. What is these items? Defense goods means at the times of war, the goods are very important, and agriculture goods, we have very good natural resources, so we have to produce agriculture goods. And eco-friendly goods, eco-friendly commodities means which are not harm to the society. That means we have to less use of plastic. For example, for use of plastic bags, now we are using jute bags, so we can say it is an eco-friendly system commodity. And high-tech items, high-tech item means based on our trend we can innovate our goods. So for these production of these goods, the government can give some incentives. It is also one of the objective. Next, introducing merchandise exports form of India scheme. Already in this yesterday's lecture we discussed what is the merchandise exports form of Indian scheme. In this scheme there is a paperless transaction. We have to import or export any goods. There is no need for provide documentation by hand in customs duty. We have to provide all these documents through e-commerce, through online. Then the customs union will give approval within 1 or 2 days. So it takes time very less. Then there is no delay for exporting of goods. It is also one of the benefit for improving our exports. And service exports from India scheme. Service exports, already India become the top of the service provider to other countries. So by giving some incentives also we can improve our service sector. To boost outward shipments. Outward shipments is nothing but providing services to other countries. So already these schemes are introduced in our new foreign trade policy. By introducing these schemes also we can improve our exports. Next, implementing foreign trade policy, keeping in touch with Make in India. For implementing foreign trade policy, keep in touch with Made in India. What is Made in India? You know that Made in India means we have to produce all types of goods in India only. Then in good quality, for these goods we have to import to other countries. And Digital India and Skills India. Digital India means you are unable to wait for customs duty for documentation, for approval of our imports. So we have directly through you can apply the application form in online. Then for that you can upload the documents in online only. Then customs duty will give approval. So we can say it is in Digital India. And Skill India means we have to improve our skills. So for this implementing of all these also we can improve our exports. Next, to encourage e-commerce, for the encouragement of e-commerce, the government will select those industries having larger scope of employment generation to encourage rising the exports. To encouraging e-commerce means through online only we can do our imports and exports. So for this there is no delay of any formalities. It is very easy to import and export our goods. The e-commerce exports include these e-commerce exports. What are these? Include handloom products, books and periodicals, leather, footwear, toys, and customized fashion garments. Customized fashion garments is nothing but we all know that customized means based on our taste and preferences, the producer will produce the goods. For these goods, the government will give some incentives for the production of these types of goods, and also the e-commerce also very helpful for exporting our goods without any delay of exports. Because why without any delay? Means there is no need to wait for the authorization of the customs authority. We have to upload an application form in the online, then we have to upload all the documents, then we get an approval within 2 to 3 days. So there is no delay for this authorization also. So these are all the objectives of the current export foreign trade policy. By using, what are these objectives? Increase our services up to 465.9 billions to 900 billions in 2019 and 20, and also to raise the share of exports from 2 to 3.5%, and we have some additional incentives for providing such type of goods that are defense goods, agriculture goods, and eco-friendly commodities and high-tech items. And also introducing merchandise export form of India scheme. Already we discussed what is merchandise export form of India scheme, and also service exports form of India scheme. For both these schemes we are paperless transactions. There is no lag of time. We can consume our time and money also. We have to directly upload it through the online, and the customs authority will give approval for the export of these goods. Next, implementation of the foreign trade policy, keeping in touch with Made in India. What is Make in India means all the goods have to be produced by using our own natural resources in our own country. We have to produce quality of a goods with reasonable prices. For these goods we have to export to the other foreign countries. And Digital India and Skills India. To encourage the e-commerce, while encouraging the e-commerce, the government has select some industries. Encouraging e-commerce, the government has select some industries to large scope of employment for the production of employment opportunities also. If the exports are increased, then we can create a new employment opportunity. For these employment opportunities also, the economic growth has been increased. What are these industries? They are handloom products, books and periodicals, leather, footwear, toys, and customized fashion garments. For this production of these goods, we can create employment opportunities for this, and also we can develop the e-governance, e-commerce. For this also we can improve our exports. These are all the objectives of the current foreign trade policy, that is 2015 and 20. Up to now we discuss what is the current foreign trade policy 2015 and 20 and also its objectives. Next, our topic is foreign trade policy statement. What is the foreign trade policy statement? The foreign trade policy statement clearly describes the market and product strategy. It describes the market and the product. In the product is what value in that market, and measures the required trade promotion, infrastructure development, and overall enhancement of the trade ecosystem. The foreign trade policy settlement mainly discuss about that our product and market. Suppose we are producing some of the goods. For that goods, what is the value in that market? So for improving the value, we have to follow some infrastructure development, and also we require to trade promotion. All these things are mentioned in the foreign trade policy settlement. Let's see here. Foreign trade policy settlement clearly describes that market and product strategy. It describes the market and product strategy and measures the required from trade promotion. It requires from the trade promotion, infrastructure development, and overall enhancement of the trade ecosystem. Trade ecosystem means exchange of goods and services throughout the world. These friendly goods and services we have to exchange. So in foreign trade settlement policy describes in our product what is the value in that market, and we have to increase the value of the market. We have to follow some rules there. We have to improve our infrastructure. We have to produce eco-friendly goods. These type of information are provided in the foreign trade policy settlement. Next topic is measures announced in the current foreign trade policy. What are the measures we have to be followed present in the current foreign trade policy? Let's see here. Introduction of new schemes. We have in this new foreign trade policy introduced new schemes. Foreign trade policy 2015 to 20 introduced two new schemes, namely Merchandise Export Form of India Scheme MEIS, Service Export Form of India Scheme we already discussed for both. Merchandise Exports Form of India Scheme, in this scheme they reduce some restrictions for exporting of the goods, and also there is no delay for exporting because of reduction of the paperless work. Means if we want to export some type of goods, so we have to file an application in online to the customs authority. For this customs authority, the customs authority asks some documentations. You know that what are the documentation, like invoice, bill or shipping document, any other. So we have to upload these documents in this online only, then customs authority will give permission. For that there is no delay for this authorization, and we are unable to wait for long time for his authorization, so it may increase our exports. Next, Service Export Form of India Scheme. In Service Export Form of India Scheme, our India has the largest service provider when compared to the other countries, so that the government, the other countries has providing some incentives for the services given by the India. So for increasing our incentives also, the India can encourage and also provide more services to other countries. So it is also one of the new scheme. These two schemes are introduced by the current foreign trade policy. Under MEIS range from 2% to 5%. There is a target of 2% to 5%. Under SCIS, the service rewarded at 3% to 5%. Next, this is the first measure. Next, boosting exports under EPCG scheme. You have to boosting exports under this scheme. EPCG is nothing but export promotion of capital goods. While promoting of capital goods also, the government has giving boosting for exports. Let's see here. The measures have been adopted to push the procurement of capital goods. While procuring means collecting, allocating of the capital goods from indigenous manufacture under the export promotion capital good. These measures will definitely promote the domestic capital goods manufacturing industry. Means for manufacturing industry, considering here manufacturing industry also, we have to increase our exports by boosting our capital goods. At the same time, e-commerce, exports of handloom products, books and periodicals, leather, footwear, toys and customized fashion garments through courier or through foreign post office would also get benefit of MEIS. Like we are producing these goods and we are exporting the goods through courier service also, we can provide some employment opportunities through couriers. So it also for this we have to produce also, we need some capital. So the government have give capital for the encouragement of these type of industries. For this we can increase our exports. Boosting exports under EPCG scheme. Export promotion of capital goods. The measures have been adopted. These measures have been adopted to push it for the procurement of the capital for manufacturing industry. Mainly those persons who want to do this type of business, the government may help for giving some capitals for the production of this type of goods. For this type of goods we have to export to other countries. Then our exports has been increased. For that we have to export through courier service. For this courier service also we have to create some employment opportunities. So it is also one of the measure. Next, boosting the exports from SEZ. SEZ means small special economic zones. Those areas which are not developed is underdeveloped. For these areas the government has provided some, you can say they provide some incentives, or they reduced some restrictions, or they unable these type of areas while exporting the goods we are unable to pay taxes. Means they reduce the taxes and reduce the restrictions and provide some incentives for the development of these special economic zones. Let's see here. Although exports from SEZ have been phenomenal growth, significantly higher than the overall export growth of country, in recent times they had been facing several challenges. Although we are increasing our special economic zones imports, in these areas also we increasing our increasing our exports. For this, the government has provided some benefits to these areas, like while reducing the taxes and reducing some restrictions. There is a free allow of goods and services, and also reducing our restrictions, so we can improve the special economic zones, also boosting the exports from SEZ. By providing some incentives, we can boost special economic zones from these backward areas, also we can export those goods. So it is also one of the measure. Next, focus on new areas. In new policy, they focus on new areas. The other major focus area in the new foreign trade policy include trade facilitation and enhancing ease of doing business. Trade facilitation means trade exchange of goods and services become very easy, and for doing a particular type of business. For example, the government will say, while you are doing this kind of business, the goods can export very easily. There is no restrictions. So for this given benefits to this type of industries, so the industries can produce more goods. One of the major objective of new foreign trade policy is to move towards paperless working of 24/7 environments. The main objective of the new foreign trade policy is the paperless working of 24/7 environments, in which time also you can file a form to the customs authorization or any the government for asking exporting of goods. Then will provide then they give approval of exporting the goods. So it is one of the best implementation of the new foreign trade policy. In recent times, the government has reduced the number of mandatory documents required the exports and imports to there. In the past, there are number of documents required for exporting and importing of the goods. For this, the documents have been taken from some authorities. It will take a lot of time. But in recent days, the government had reduced the number of documents. So it will very easy for exporting and importing of goods. In recent times, the government has reduced the number of mandatory documents required for the exports and imports to there, which is comparable with international benchmarks, means which is transferring the goods from one country to another country. In past times, there are lot of documents are required. For this approval, it will take a lot of time. But in recent times, they reduced the documents for exporting of goods. It is also one of the very good implement of new foreign trade policy for decreasing the paperless work and also for decreasing the less documentations. And next measures for the fast access of international markets. Status holders manufacturers will now be enabled to self-certify their manufactured goods in phases as originating from India with the intention to quality for the preferential treatment under various bilateral and regional trade agreements. Measures for the fast access of international markets. While one of the producer are producing the goods, so the producer has to measure his good as in quality or not. First he has to check. After the checking only he want to export his goods from one country to another country. So only the potential goods we have to export. For example, we are exporting the cheapest goods, then the country may not be import our goods. So first we have to check our quality control. We have to measure our goods are in a quality or not. Status holders manufacturers will now be available to self-certify. They want to self-certify our goods are in a good condition or not. Their manufactured goods in phases as originating from of India with the intention the quality from preferential treatment under their bilateral and regional trade agreements. Bilateral means two countries are exporting the goods, two countries are exchanging the goods from one good to another, and also regional trade agreements means in regions, in one country there is a different regions. For these regions also we are using the good. So first we want to export the good, we have to self-certify as this good is potential and this good is eligible for exporting the good or not. We have to be certify itself. So it is also one of the measure as the new foreign trade policy has to be taken, that is self-certify of their own goods. It is a potential good or not for exporting to one country to another country. And we have to check the quality of the particular product. So it is also one of the measure. Next, introduction of EOU, EHTP, STP, BTP schemes. What are the schemes? The policy has taken a number of steps for encouraging the manufacture. These steps has to encourage it for the manufacture and exports under 100% export oriented units. EOU means export oriented units. Next, EHTP means electronics hardware technology park. STP means software technology park. And BTP means biotechnology park schemes. These schemes are introduced only for encouraging the manufacturers and exporters. By using these schemes, we can easily export our goods. So by introducing these schemes in new foreign trade policy is for encouraging the manufacturers and exports only. They want required 100% exports from our country. So they introduced all these schemes. What are the schemes? That is export oriented units, electronic hardware technological park, software technological park, biotechnological park schemes, etc. For these schemes, we have to improve our exports. It is mainly encouraging to the manufacturers and exporters. By using these schemes, we can export our goods very easily. The policy has taken a number of steps of encouraging manufacturers and exporters under 100% export oriented units, electronic hardware technological parks, software technological parks, biotechnological park schemes, etc. All these for encouragement of manufacturers. Next measure, introduction of Niryat Bandhu scheme. Niryat Bandhu scheme has been stimulated and repositioned to achieve the objectives of Skill India. It is for the Skill India. We have to development of our encouraging our skills. This scheme has been introduced in our new foreign trade policy. These are the measures taken for improvement of the new foreign trade policy. Up to now we discuss what are the measures. Let's see here once. What are the measures? But these measures are announced in foreign trade policy by improving our exports. First, introduction of new schemes. They introduce new schemes, two new schemes. Merchandise exports farm of India. It is mainly used for less paperless transaction, and service exports from India scheme. In this scheme, the other countries has provided incentives for the services provided by India. And there is a targets like 2% to 5% of MEIS scheme, and also SCIS from 3% to 5%. Boosting exports under EPCG scheme means export promotion capital goods. While procurement of the capital, these manufacturers have produced these types of goods. The government have contributed somewhat of capital for encouraging the exports. We have to produce these types of goods. What are the goods? Handloom products, books, periodicals, leather, footwear, toys, and customized fashion garments. Through courier and through foreign post office, would you get benefits of MEIS. So for encouraging our exports, the government has allocating the capital for this type of manufacturers. So it is also one of the measure. Next, boosting exports from SEZ means special economic zone. Special economic zone is nothing but those who are underdeveloped areas. For this undeveloped areas, the government has given some instructions, has reduced some restrictions and provide some benefits for encouraging our exports. Next, focus on new areas. They focus on mainly new areas for trade promotion and also paperless. The main important implementation in new foreign trade policy is reducing the framework and reducing the paperless work and also reducing the documents. In the past, for exports and imports of the goods, we require a lot of documentation, that is a bill of lading, like carriage shipments document or airway bills. For this, there are lot of documents are required, but in recent years the government has reduced the number of mandatory documents required the exports and imports there, which is comparable with international benchmarks. When compared to the past, at present there is a